Hey everyone, welcome to Little Builds. I'm actually like spur of the moment deciding to make this video, so if I look like a mess, like just ignore it. Ooh girl. For this little build, I'm actually gonna be making wainscoting. I had someone ask in the comments how I did the wainscoting, and I can't believe I didn't make a video on this. It is one of the easiest things to make. So let's get started. You're gonna need a few things for this wainscoting. You're gonna need baseboard, chair rail or chair guard, and then just simple 1/4 inch strip. And then you're gonna be placing these on some kind of backing. You can use wood backing. This is chipboard. It's pretty easy to cut through and takes glue pretty well. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need some glue. I use Elmer's glue wall, miter cutters or miter snips. Or I mean, you can go all out and use a chop saw, but I don't know. And then cutting things to cut things to size. So I got my straight edge, an X-Acto, and a pencil. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is trim this backing to the height that I want. So I want this to be 3 inches, or what would be 3 feet in dollhouse scale. So now I got my backing for my wainscoting, and now we can start building. Now on this backing, you can start to plan out how the wainscoting is to fit and how it's going to be divided. So this is 6 inches wide. So let's have 3 panels of wainscoting. So I'm just subdividing the panel into thirds. So I'm going to mark at 2 and 4. I know I'm going to have 1/4 width on each side, so I'm just marking where the 1/4 inch strip, where that's gonna lie, so that I can make sure all of this is pretty parallel. So now you need to decide how you want the wainscoting to be built. So I'm gonna build it so that these runners that come down are then met with a piece that goes in between. First thing you actually want to do is lay down your baseboard. Now, depending if you're meeting into a corner, you're gonna have to, you know, miter these edges depending on where it's landing. I'm not gonna be doing any miter cuts. I'm just gonna show you kind of the process. And then if you need to do miter joints, you can do that yourself. So I'm just cutting this straight. Then I'm going to glue this down. So we're gonna be building wainscoting just like you would build it on your full scale wall at home. Now, if you wanted this chipboard to be a different color from the trim, you should paint the back of this chipboard the color you want to like match your wall or whatever, and then paint the trim before you put it on this backing. I'm gonna leave everything just a natural finish so you can see what part is trim and what part is the back. Okay, so after I do that, you wanna look at your chair railing. So this one has a lip on it, which means it's gonna fit over this 1/4 inch and then sit flush. You should measure out where it sits on the chipboard, because if you don't do that, you will definitely run into some issues. So I've just marked on the side where the trim hits the chipboard. Okay, so there. So when I'm laying down this trim, I know to put it down here, because then my chair railing is going to fit just over that and flush like so. So I want these to be full length like this, and then having the wainscoting down here meet there. Then you need to just cut this trim to size, and then I'm just marking. You can measure this if you want to be more specific, but I feel like it's easier to just build. Remember, you don't need a lot of glue for this. A little bit kind of goes a long way. So the reason why I draw the lines is so I can just line them up. as best as I can. You're gonna have some gaps. So if you can see, there is a gap between here and here. So what I typically do is just take some spackle and I just fill in the gaps and then paint, do some touch-up paint. Okay, so once I've got these vertical panels done, I'm now gonna fill in with the horizontal panel. And I guess it'd be a good time to mention why I build things on panels. That's because I can work on something, pick it up, move it around, and see how something fits on a panel and be able to pick it up and apply pressure where I need to, rather than it being on the side of a dollhouse wall and I have to kind of like sneak my way in there to try to get to all the pieces. So that's why I build on a panel first, and then once the panel is how you want it, you just glue it into your dollhouse, and that makes it a lot easier. Okay, so now that it's got a good fit, I'm gonna glue it down. Okay, so now we've got all of our squares. The last piece is to add in the chair rail. And so like we did earlier, we made sure that we had the chair rail accounted for in our build. So I'm just gonna cut that. And then the last touch is to just glue this on. Okay. And that is it. Wainscoting is actually pretty relaxing and fairly simple to accomplish. So if I was to put in a electrical socket, you could do that as well. What I typically like to do is if I want to find center wherever it used to be, I'll just do an X across. You know, so this is where center of this would be, and you could, you know, draw your outlet or whatever and then cut it with an X-Acto. And because we're using this chipboard, it makes it really easy to cut and implement whatever you want. And also, since we're not working on the wall, and we're working on a, you know, a piece on a board, super easy to cut this out, fit it on the wall, and then put in your outlet. So here it is. Here's the piece of wainscoting that I made. You can see pretty clearly, because I left it kind of natural and I didn't paint it, you can see all the different parts that we used in order to make this wainscoting, as well as the chipboard on the back. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And this is kind of short. Bear! What's wrong, B? What, B? Ooh. Placing. These always go bad. These always take forever.